Hello, my name is Anthony Vio. I'm an offering manager with IBM. In this video, I'm showing how to update and execute decisions in a few clicks with Automation Decision Services. Automation Decision Services, in short ADS, is a recent addition to IBM platform for business automation. It provides a modern approach for digital decisioning with intuitive offering by business analysts in Decision Designer, including integration of machine learning predictions. From an IT perspective, ADS integrates with any Git server to store and manage decision services content. Decision services are built using Maven plugins and are then deployed to high-performance decision runtimes. If we zoom in on the pipeline to build, deploy, and run decisions, ADS now provides two options. The first one is new in the December 2020 release of ADS and is available out of the box. It provides ease of use for business analysts thanks to a deployment feature integrated in Decision Designer, combined with a development runtime to test decision execution. The second option allows flexibility for enterprise deployments using third-party CI/CD pipelines that are in place in most organizations, with the ability to control deployment to many runtime environments for staging and production. Let's now see how to leverage the first option with the embedded components to deploy and execute an updated decision service. In Business Automation Studio, we select the Decision Automation view, then we select the loan project. From the loan project, we open the Decision Designer, and in Decision Designer, we see we have one decision service called Loan Validation. In that decision service, we open the decision model, and in the decision model, we more specifically select the grade decision node, and we update the logic, which is made of one decision table. In that decision table, we select and replace a few values. For instance, changing the grade from D to C for one rule, and from C to D for the next one. Then we go back to the decision model view. Next step after making some updates to the decision logic is to share these changes. Sharing means that these updates are published to the remote Git server, and other users collaborating on the loan project can get them. We can see at the top right that there is one change to share. Let's do so. I click on the number of changes. It goes to the view describing the changes. I enter a comment that will be associated to the publication in the Git server, also known as a Git commit. There is no other change, so I can now move to the following step. Before we can deploy the loan validation service, we need to create a version of its current content. To do so, I go to a new tab called View History. In that panel, I can see all the changes that have been made for the loan project. I select the latest change, for which there is no version yet. I create a new version that I call 1.1.2, along with a description for that version. Now that we have this new version, I then move to the Deploy tab, which appears when the embedded components for deployment and execution are installed. In this view, we can see all the versions for the loan project. Some versions may have been already deployed, and some not, which is the case for the new version that we've just created. A version is created for a decision project, but the unit of deployment to the ADS runtime is an individual decision service in that project. So, for the loan validation service, I click on the Deploy button, and that triggers the build and deployment through the embedded build service. Once the build is complete, I can look at the log for the build, in particular if there is any build error. But most important, I get the decision path to the generated decision service archive, which I can copy-paste. Let's now switch to the Swagger UI for the embedded runtime, where we can test the execution of the decision service that we've just deployed. But first, I need to authorize myself using a token generated by UMS, User Management Service. We can use the REST method called operations to retrieve the operation names of a decision service, in case we are not sure of the exact name of an operation. Here we enter the decision ID that is derived from the path that we saw in the deploy panel. The name of the generated operation for the decision model is Loan Validation Decision Model. After checking the operation name, let's now try to execute one request. For that, we select another post method. We enter the decision ID, the operation name, and then we need to replace the suggested input with a valid JSON input. For that, I'm going to copy-paste from a file. In the JSON file, we have a loan and a borrower, so the loan request and the borrower information. We enter execute, and then we see in the output that we are getting an approval where it says approved equal true, and message is congratulations, your loan has been approved. That's it. For more information, make sure to check the blogs and join discussions on the IBM Business Automation community. See you soon!